ladies and gentlemen, it's time to smile. My name's John Gray, and we're just plain living here.
And that's you under that hat, John?
That's me under this hat.
Peggy Burton.
Springtime.
I like it. And I'm Jim Fuller.
If Al Roker can wear a hat, so can I.
That's right. That's right.
He's my hero.
Al Roker.
John is crossing that plateau where you get to a certain point in life where you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah.
And, you know, people assume you know what you're doing. You know, so.
Yeah. Be a trendsetter. I was just watching the Today Show a minute ago, and Steven Tyler was on there at 70 years old, and he's doing new stuff and living in Nashville. And
he's trying to break into country music.
Well, he's just trying to
stay alive. That's what he's trying to do.
And, yeah, that's what he said. He said you just got to keep doing stuff.
Yeah.
He said, I feel like I'm about 35, and he said, I'm just going to keep doing stuff and reinventing myself because I can.
He's done some gospel too.
Gospel.
Yeah. So,
but he's such an enigma. You know, he's a force.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the entertainment industry, and people, he can do anything he wants to. It's sort of like when Alan Jackson was at the top of his deal, and he sang an old song. Whispering Bill Anderson wrote called. I give you trees, 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 and all the waters in the seas, because I'm a fool, fool, fool for you. And I asked my publisher, I said, if I'd have brought that in, would it have ever seen the light of day? And he said,
no.
Of course not. But, you know, when you're that famous, you can sing anything you want to sing, and it'll be a hit.
Yeah, like Beaver, he can just sing "Baby, Baby, Baby" for 3 hours, and everybody loves it and screams and throws up their hand and gives him all their money.
Dye your hair a different color, get another tattoo, and go on to the next spot.
But we've got to realize, Peggy, though, that there's some people that like that. We've sort of crossed that generation, past that generation, but some people actually like that.
I still think they're not enlightened.
Well, I heard somebody say the other day that Aristotle made the statement that these damn kids are going to ruin this world.
Yeah. Every generation says that.
How long ago was Aristotle around? You know, so it's been that way forever.
We're living in some really odd times. This horrible killing in Texas and wherever this last one was.
It just goes on and on.
And then, well, then there's the wedding, and that's all excitement and lots of hoopla, and so there's just kind of an unbalance that's happening.
You know, that I didn't watch a whole lot of that, but I've listened to quite a bit of the commentary, and one of the main themes of it was that there was really no politics involved.
Right, not like
There
that.
was really no protest involved.
Right.
It was just a celebration of love in a way that this whole world needs to see from time to time, and it was a great stage for that to happen.
It really was, yeah.
So.
And that's really refreshing, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Who was it? John Lennon, All You Need Is Love.
Yeah, right.
Smart man.
Right.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's not all you need, but it helps, I guess.
Helps if you got a little money.
It helps have a dollar bill to buy a meal. And a job.
You think? I tell you what, it's a sight now.
Yeah,
hey, we had Miss Tullahoma this weekend. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on that.
A lot of pretty girls.
Pretty girls. Little Miss. Little Miss. Who was Little Miss? Hannah Gale Tips. That's at Tips, boy. That's 2 little misses he's had.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Number 2 was Adeline McLaughlin. Number 1 was Gay Paris. Number 3 was Abigail Smith, and number 4 was Megan Shockley, the junior miss. The winner was Mary Catherine Stroop. And she wore a red dress, and I said, well, that's just like Stroop Man. He wears red underwear. You got Stroop Girl won that thing. And let's see.
The year we need a Stroop Girl in the commercial.
Yeah, number 1 was Ashley Vaughn. Number 2 was Hannah Cheshire. Number 3 was Addison McAfee. And number 4 was Paris Pless. And then the bigs, the winner was Jada Marie Harden. And she won junior, and then now she's won Big Miss. So that's and he used to work. He was security. He worked security for us at the Legion.
Is Miss Tullahoma coming on the show?
Cecil's daughter.
Right.
Let's see. And where was I? First runner-up is Cameron Brazier, second runner-up, second, Lee McClure, third runner-up. Where's three? Brianna Welch, Daryl Welch's daughter, and number 4 is
Brianna, sweet
Raven
girl.
Guilford. So how do they were worried
How
about?
do they ever pick a winner? That's what,
Yeah.
they're all beautiful. How do you pick a winner? They're all winners.
I don't know.
Just for having the courage to stand up there and do whatever they do.
Well, and some
That's
of those
winning.
girls like doing it, and some of them are doing it, and it's good for them because they're getting out of their comfort zone. And it's always good to get out of your comfort zone.
It increases their confidence.
Sure it does.
Their ability to stand up in front of a
They
crowd.
may never do it again, but they did it once, and that's a good thing.
You're right. It does you good to get out of your comfort
it is.
zone.
It's good, and they all need to remember that it's just in the eye of the beholder, and because those 3 judges or 4, whatever, picked a certain one, that doesn't mean that there's not another one that another 3 judges would
Sure.
have picked.
Oh,
It's
of
just,
course.
I've been out of my comfort zone a lot in my life.
I live out of my comfort zone.
Me too. I
Hardly
stay
ever
out.
anymore,
I
but because I've been there and done that. But,
Right.
But
I understand.
I've been out of my comfort zone, as I said, a bunch.
Hey, this afternoon, of course, you won't be able to do that. Downtown this afternoon is the Taste of Tullahoma.
Oh, that's right.
That's happening on Lincoln Street's blocked off from Atlantic to Jackson Street, and there'll be food and fun. And then this weekend is Arts Alive at South Jackson on the grounds
That's
of
a
South
big deal.
Jackson.
Is it going to rain? I hope. It's going to go on regardless.
It's going to
though.
go on
Taste
regardless.
of Tullahoma the same way?
Well,
Is it
no,
going on?
Taste of Tullahoma, I believe they're going to have it, but if they change that today, the rain date will be Thursday.
Okay.
Which
What are the hours for that? Do you know?
4 to 7.
4 to 7, yeah.
And but then the art show will be on all day Saturday and Sunday afternoon.
I hope that goes well because
Yeah,
we
me too.
haven't had it in a while, and
Me
it's
too.
time to revive it. They have lots of good musicians. They're putting music with
Yeah, and food and all kinds of stuff going
Lots
on.
of artwork.
Newly paved and grassed lawn of South Jackson Civic Center.
I'm so proud of that. I really,
Yeah,
I just
it
drive.
really looks
Sometimes I
nice.
just drive around in the
Yeah.
parking lot and say, well, I can leave now. I can
Yeah, Joe Marler
drop off the edge.
shot a picture of it at night.
That was beautiful, wasn't it?
It was absolutely
It really
beautiful.
was beautiful.
Yeah, so,
Now, if we could just get $300,000 inside the building, we'd be in
Yeah.
business.
Sound and lights.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm proud of it.
Well, who knows? That
And
may
all those
happen.
people that went in.
Who would have thought you'd been there this long and
I
done
know.
this far? So.
It's
And you've got
South Carolina goes
country.
Yeah.
Country is what, 3rd and 4th, 2nd and 3rd.
Auditions are the
Third and fourth.
It's whatever Sunday is. If it's the
First Sunday.
first Sunday in June,
June,
and
yeah.
the first Monday. So
Yeah.
hope people will show up, pick and grin, and have fun.
Sing a song.
Yeah.
Sing a little song for me.
Can you believe it's 39 years?
39 years. We're going to do it one more time, too.
One more time. Always one more time.
Always one more
Always
time.
one
What
more
do you
time.
have there, Jimmy?
Well, Jerry handed me a note about this, the horse show this weekend in Shelbyville. It's the annual fun show put on by the Celebration, and it starts at Thursday night at 6 o'clock. There are 59 classes, and this is the 48th annual fun show. And by the way, we encourage you to go see that. That's really a great event, as I said, put on by the Celebration. But if you can't make it, you can watch the live stream of that event on the whatahorse.com website. So it's a multi-camera shoot, so it's almost like being there. Encourage you to be there if you can, but if you can't make it, you can watch
What
it
time
at
does it start?
whatahorse.com. It starts at 6 o'clock this Thursday. It runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And so it's a fun event, and that's why it's called the Fun Show, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's also a benefit for one of the trainers who's had some tough luck. He's got a serious illness. His name is Ron Young, and he's been a trainer for years, and they're having a fundraiser for him on Wednesday night. And they've got, it's a barbecue dinner and an auction, and some of the auction items are stud fees, trail saddle, cakes and pies, a Larry Lohman painting. Those of you associated with the walking horse industry will remember Larry Lohman, who passed away a couple of years ago. Billy Nipper print, those are also very much in demand. A snowboard, custom-made furniture, and many other items, and all the funds raised from that event will go to benefit the Ronald Young. And keep in mind, 6 o'clock show start. The fun show starts at 6 o'clock Thursday night, and if you can't be there in person, you can watch it at whatahorse.com.
You have a price?
Yes, it's a live stream, and it's $14.95 for one night, or you can get all 3 nights for $34.95. So
Good deal.
Very good, very good. I notice Elmore Corbett's back there in the audience. Good to see him. He's going to be on and talk about some stuff here in a little bit. He comes by and sees us every now and then. He's a good man.
he's a very entertaining man.
Very entertaining individual, very smart young man. This is for you, Elmore. I want you to listen to this, okay?
And we've got Sean from the Hands-On Science Center too coming.
Good. So
Okay,
we
you've
got
got
all
a
kinds of
local.
we got all kinds of people coming. JP Clady's going to be here to bring us some music. This is Loku number 156. Science fiction equals science future. Whatever the mind conceives can be created. Some must see to believe, but all you have to do is believe to see. So believe.
That's nice. That's nice, but
Isn't that right, Elmore? That's right. There you go. I got an amen from the pastor back there, so that's always a good way to start a show.
And he will
We
be
give you an
expecting
amen.
Huh?
he will be expecting you to give him an amen.
There you
Oh,
go.
I'll give him one. I'll give him
Some
one.
point.
he
So-
deserves one.
He's a good man. Tell you what we're going to do right now is we're going to go on into a quick commercial break, and because we got a lot going on today. Don't you go away or you'll miss something good.
5 dealerships, 7 car brands, 1 big clearance sale.
Russell Barnett must make room for incoming summer shipments.
Save hundreds.
Even thousands.
From original list on all new and over 800 pre-owned vehicles. Every vehicle is marked down for immediate clearance.
No reasonable offer refused.
All credit applications will be accepted for immediate delivery.
Don't miss the big spring clearance sales event going on right now at the Russell Barnett dealerships, both Tullahoma and Winchester. And my question is, why buy anywhere else?
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and this is our segment we refer to as Police Pointers, and joining us today is Captain George Marsh with the Tullahoma Police Department, who is currently the acting police chief. George, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. Keeping you busy, I assume.
Oh, yes, very busy.
Right, right. You mentioned that you'd like to talk a little bit about motorcycle safety today, and that's quite appropriate because you said this is Motorcycle Safety Month?
Yeah, nationally recognized as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. As you'll notice this time of year, starting this time of year, you'll see a lot more motorcycles out on the road.
Yeah.
So people just got to realize they're there.
Right.
There's going to be a lot more of them there this time of year. Best thing I can do is just look twice and give them some space. Make sure you can notice them there.
And you, motorcycle riders have the same rights, I assume, as a person driving a motor vehicle, a car.
Yes.
Truck.
And commonly we got to share the lane. There's no lane. The lane splitting in the state of Tennessee is illegal, which means you have to. The motorcyclist is entitled to the full lane, the use of the full lane. So if you're going to pass the motorcycle, you must pass the motorcycle first of all legally in a legally passing zone, but you can't cut that lane off for them. They are entitled to the full use of that lane.
So are motorcycle riders allowed to ride two abreast in the same lane?
Two abreast is as far as they can go. They can't go any further than two abreast.
Right. Okay. And I would guess that you mentioned that May is probably a good time to do that, but to have a Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month because a lot of people are getting, a lot of motorcyclists are getting out now where they wouldn't have perhaps in colder weather. But I'm guessing that motorcycles are a little bit more difficult to see if you're not being aware as a driver.
They are, and that's the motorcycle laws are you do have to have headlights all the time, daytime headlights and all. Also on a motorcycle, if you're going to be carrying passengers, it must be equipped for a passenger. It must have a seat equipped for a passenger and foot pegs or footrest that, for a passenger. Also, if you have a child on board that motorcycle, their feet must be able to touch those foot pegs or they cannot ride that motorcycle.
No kidding. And I bet, I guess I've seen that a few times where they weren't big enough to. So you can't just put a child right in front of you.
No, you can't have anything in front of you at all. Your vision cannot be impeded, or your ability to control the handlebars cannot be impeded by anything at all.
Right.
No packages, no persons, or anything like that.
Right. Okay. Unreal. So there's and you have to have a license. You have to be a licensed driver, I assume.
It's called an M endorsement on there. It's a M license. Also, you got to wear a helmet. Everyone on a motorcycle must wear a helmet. I have been seeing these autocycles now, these three-wheeled, what I call three-wheeled motorcycles, but they're legally called autocycles. But now these are equipped with seat belts.
Really?
Everything is fairly mandated on a vehicle or in these autocycles, these three-wheel autocycles. So you must wear your seat belt. Now, unless that is completely enclosed or surrounded, you must wear a helmet with that also. But there are autocycles that are surrounded and that are completely enclosed, so at that point you would not have to wear the helmet.
When I was a young man, I know that wasn't a requirement, wearing a helmet, and I'm thankful that I survived that, because you're required to wear a helmet for good reason.
Well, when I lived in South Carolina, there was no helmet laws.
Right.
But I was in the military, so they had different rules and regulations for us when we rode motorcycles. But now, also too, on the laws of this, you have to wear that helmet. There's no out. It's about it. A lot of people said it takes away your freedom, but it also saves your life. There's 3 common injuries during a motorcycle crash, and most are orthopedic injuries, such as broken bones or dislocations. Then you have those that are, you have your severe road rashes, and then again, of course, you have the traumatic brain injuries that come along with motorcycle riding.
Right. And so if you don't wear a helmet, you really don't have a much shot at it if you get thrown off of that and hit.
No, you don't. There's specific helmets you go with. They got to be DOT certified. You can't remove those stickers from those helmets. You got to be able to know what kind of helmet you got. It's got to be good.
And I'm guessing that that if you have a passenger, if someone's riding with you, then they're going to have to have a helmet as well.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Most of the time when you have a motorcycle incident, it's just mostly like a motor vehicle accident, basically, if they're caused mainly by speed, drugs and alcohol, and other motors that are just didn't see them. That's why we're going to stress, look twice. Look twice before you change that lane. Make sure that your motorcycle is legal to be on the road. Make sure it's got those headlights working. You make sure that you've got left and right mirrors on your motorcycle, because a motorcycle can move over and run into you also.
Right.
So make sure that your motorcycle is ready to go on the road.
Right. And talk a little bit about the license for it. If you're under 16, can you get a license to drive a motorcycle?
You can. It's going to fall basically under the restricted license deal. I have known of people getting licensed earlier, 14, for a motorcycle license. A lot of times hardship is involved, just like you can get a driver's license for hardship.
Okay. All right. But so you don't necessarily have to be 16 and have a.
Not necessarily. No.
Is the license the same as you get to drive a motor vehicle?
Well, you're going to have to go through that testing also, but you also got another motorcycle testing, and you're going to have to be able to control that motorcycle.
So you're going to have to ride that motorcycle in front of someone.
And there's obstacle courses that you have to provide to.
Okay, amazing. That's changed too over the years.
Yes, it has.
Used to, if you were big enough to get on one, it was okay.
You could just take off.
You could take off, but for good reason. Do we have a lot of motorcycle accidents in our area here?
We don't have a lot, but unfortunately, when we do, it's a scary situation, because you're not protected that much on one. Motorcycle, a lot of people say I ride my motorcycle for the freedom that it gives me, but with that freedom, you're not encased.
Right.
There's no protection around you. You just got to be aware and you got to hope that everyone around you is aware.
Right. And we don't have any motorcycles assigned to the police department, I don't think.
No,
nobody
don't.
does that. We have bicycles.
We have bicycles.
Yeah. Do you actually use those in patrolling?
Yes, we do. We'll use those several times. Well, for the most part during the school year, temperatures providing, we'll ride to school with the children. They'll do bike riding with them, and we'll patrol the greenways.
Yeah.
We'll go through some of our housing areas on our bikes.
Yeah.
Patrol. And last year, a couple of officers were riding their bikes through the Dossett areas over there on Eastmore and Grundy Street, and they got into a flag football game and then a basketball game. So it gives them a little more freedom to get out and intermingle with the children and stuff. And they really loved it. They enjoyed it.
I would guess that might be somewhat important that police officers identify with children, especially in some of the project areas and such, so maybe they'll learn not to fear you necessarily or realize it.
And of course, we're going to change the subject a little bit. We got the Adopt-A-Cop program also, which
I didn't realize about.
Our officers are in the schools quite a bit now, and our patrol officers go to the schools at least twice a day. Each one of the elementary schools twice a day, and also the middle schools. And to walk in those schools right now, it's just a blessing when you walk through and the kids are all high-fiving you and fist-bumping you, and you're not a stranger to them anymore. Anyone in uniform, we walk in, I don't go through nowhere near as much as these officers do. Every once in a while I get a chance to, and it's like I'm just one of them, and they treat you like. And when you're out there and you run into them out on the streets, they know you and they talk to you.
That's got to be a good feeling.
It is. It does feel good.
Yeah. And I'm guessing that probably you're there for public relations to some extent, but probably there's other reasons as well that you want to show your presence there.
Oh, yes, sir. A lot of times just the mere presence of an officer is a deterrent for something to happen. Sometimes you got that person that's like on the verge of doing something that they shouldn't do, and then they see it and it's like, well, I'm not going to do that now. I saw them. It's not the good time to do it. Maybe they won't ever do it at all. Maybe that was that one chance that I'm going to take a chance and they decided not to.
Right. And I'm thinking that those visits to these schools are not on a regular announced time every time.
No, it's scattered out. It's random.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Yeah, we're at the schools quite a bit.
Yeah.
So, and the officers love it, and the children love it.
The more I talk to you folks in this segment from the police department, it's amazing all the stuff you guys are doing now. I think it was probably pretty simple to be a police officer, but you got to know stuff now.
Right, and it's fun though.
Yeah,
it is fun. You got the danger aspects of it, but you can make it fun.
Right,
being part of the community makes it a lot of fun.
Right. Okay. Well, interesting topic today. I hadn't thought about motorcycles and some of the other stuff you do here, so it's always nice to find out more about your police department folks and what's going on in our community. George, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back with more living right after this.
Let me tell you about the toughest guy on earth. He does the work of 2 jobs, but only gets paid for one. He's tough enough to feed the man that gave him a lifetime of nourishment. He has the crazy strength to lift the man that raised him up without even flinching. That's right. No employee of the month bonus check here. This guy, this warrior, will always be by his father's side, even if his dad will hardly remember. Good luck finding a gym to train for that. If this guy isn't the toughest guy on the planet, then I don't know who is. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome. It's time to get busy and go to the library. I am so blessed to have with me Courtney Mercurio, the Assistant Director of the Lanham Library. Is that correct?
Assistant to the Children's Library.
Okay, to the Children's Library. And this is Leslie Warren, who is... It's so nice to have two beautiful young ladies on the show, and I know you got a lot to talk about, so let's just... You start with what's happening.
Well, our summer reading program is beginning to kick off. The kickoff is May 31st at 5:30, and we're having a huge block party with everybody that's around us because we're right by the Imagination Station playground.
So that'll be fun.
Right, yeah. We're going to have, everything's going to be outside if it doesn't rain. The Senior Citizens Center is going to be open. Of course, the pool opens that day. It's the last day of school, so we're just going to celebrate it.
Just celebrate the whole time. And if it does rain, you just go inside and do stuff?
We'll still have everything
Read
inside.
a book?
Yes, definitely. Everybody gets to register for the summer reading program that day.
That's wonderful. And you want to tell a little bit about the summer reading program?
Well, the theme this year is Libraries Rock. It's all music, so it's going to be very noisy at our library this year.
I love that.
And we've kind of taken it a little bit out of the box this year. Music crosses all cultures and all ages. So especially in the time that we're in right now, we have brought in different music from different cultures.
I love that.
So our first big program is the Center for Chinese Music and Culture. They'll be coming down on a Wednesday and performing. We have the Sankofa African Drum Group coming down out of Nashville and performing. Then we've got Zumba, because it's got Latin roots. And then we have Yoga Stories, and she's going to be doing that to music. So we've got a lot going on.
What a great thing to do, because there's one thing, you can't be fighting when you're doing music. It's everybody joins in, and it becomes very special.
Well, and it gives the kids and the families, of course, the chance to hear a different culture and a different instruments and things like that. So.
And what do you have going on, Courtney?
Well, I just help her with programming, so basically all the same stuff. Another thing we have going on during the summer reading program is the free lunch at the library. That'll be from June 4th to June 28th, and it's free for all kids under the age of 18.
They come in and they have lunch there and read, and somebody comes in and tells stories ever, or do you do anything like that?
Well, it kind of goes along with our programming. So Wednesdays are usually our big showstoppers, and lunch will be served on Wednesdays at 12:30, and then our program is at 1:30. So they'll have lunch on the lawn outside.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So
And then,
do parents drop their kids off?
No, they need to stay with their they need to stay with their
throw
kids.
that in, because I've been there.
The lunch is offering meals for the adults too, but it's $4 cash for them.
Okay, that's good.
So it's a wonderful lunch that we had last year.
Yeah. Well, it's thrilling to know that parents are still bringing their kids to the library, and you all are offering such beautiful things to happen. What else is going on?
Of course, we always have our Friday story times. They'll be kicking back off next Friday.
And what time is that?
Those are at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Our first one next Friday on June 1st is Jerry White. We kind of went a little bit out of the box again. It's a magician. On Monday evenings at 6 o'clock, because we know parents have to work during the day, so they can still make a program. That's when we have our
Musical
Mondays.
So we're going to be doing something music related, like we have an 80s night one Monday. We're showing a musical movie one Monday. So we're doing something different, music
something different every Monday.
Yeah.
Yes, and then on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. we have what we call Tempo Tuesday, and that's when we have that's when the African Drum Group will be coming in, or Zumba. Then the Yoga Stories, we have a local harp player that will be coming in and playing with the mini
instruments. Would that be Vicki
instruments.
Collinsworth playing the jazz?
No, it's a one of our patrons at the library that offered to do it for us.
I've had not many people play harp,
right.
So I was just wondering.
This has been a definitely a community effort on trying to find people.
Sure.
I love music, but I'm not very musically inclined, so I've had to reach out feelers.
Yeah, that's okay.
Of course, one of our biggest, we have another big program in July. On July 5th, Hamilton's will be at the library.
I happen to know about Hamilton's, and Mr. Will Prater is here today to talk a little bit about some things. So I know you'll love it. Have you seen it yet?
I have not, but I've recently done a teen program here lately, and all the teens were very into it and
really
loved it.
You know, it's amazing how when I went, I wasn't that familiar. I knew a little bit about it, but I was just mesmerized by the music and the fact that so many young people of different ages were able to jump in there and memorize all that music. It was fantastic. It really was. I can see why it became so popular.
That's what it felt like at my teen program. I had no clue what was going on. So we're hoping that we have a lot of people of different ages come into our programming.
I would think you would. I would encourage. And what date is that? Let's just.
The Hamilton's is going to be July 5th.
July 5th, right
Yes.
after the 4th. So, okay. Courtney, how long have you been working with Leslie?
Just a little over a year.
Are you loving it?
I absolutely love it.
That's
yes.
good.
Last year was my first summer reading program, and I was kind of just thrown right into it, and I thrived, shockingly. It was amazing. And I'm very excited about this year's summer reading program.
And what could be better than having people that love what they're doing? You know, I think kids can tell. They're just like animals. They can sense if you love what you're doing, and it really means a lot. All right, is there anything else we need to tell in 12 seconds?
I think that's it. I think we've covered.
May 31st. Make sure you're there.
Everybody be there, and of course there's the website and also the phone number if you want to ask some questions.
And we're on
Thanks a lot,
Facebook.
girls. Courtney and Leslie, they'll be back one day. And so.
Kay and Greg Gillum have added another touch of excellence to their furniture business. Now a newly stocked 20,000 square foot Badcock Home Furniture and More location in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Locally owned and operated and offering the same friendly professional service with the best prices on name brand products like their sister store in Winchester, Tennessee has for years. Visit the new Tullahoma location and shop name brand bedroom suits, electronic department with computers, tablets, 4K televisions, and accessories. A large complete appliance center to fit the style of any household. Beautiful selection of rugs that complement any person's taste. A variety of living room combinations all in one large showroom. That's right, Badcock Home Furniture and More has added a new location. 373 West Lincoln Street, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Offering special prices year-round. Financing is always available. Speedy delivery to your home or office. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, noon till 5 p.m. Call 931-222-4353.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I'm excited today to have a friend of mine on the set that comes by from time to time. Not often enough to suit me, because he's a wonderful man. Welcome, Elmore Corbett, to the stage.
John, how you doing?
Very good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Give us a little catch up with you. What's going on?
Well, you know what? I got married back in August, and then the church kind of. Well, yeah. Well, I'm fortunate and blessed, and then the church, we've still, continue to grow, and I'm still working on my Master's of Divinity up at Sewanee University of the South.
How's that going? Is that intimidating a little bit?
It is intimidating and it's challenging.
It's intimidating, and it's a very, very great school. Great school with an Episcopal base. It's owned by the Diocese of the Episcopal Church. Just wonderful. So I'm really enjoying that. But then also, as you know, I have some friends who do gospel music. I got some friends that do gospel music, and so they called me up one day and said, "Hey, we want to bring our show to Tullahoma." And I was like, "Really?" And they said, "Yeah, we want to come and hang out with you in Tullahoma." And I said, "Sure." So it's going to be 3 dynamic gospel recording artists, nationally known. One is Tim Rogers and the Fellas. They've been here time and time again. They're a quartet group, young guys that can just sing the roof off the rafters. They are phenomenal. And then we're going to also have a young man by the name of Zacardi Cortez. Zacardi comes out of Houston, Texas, has a great testimony, and sings for God all over the country, all over the world, literally, and has just blown everybody away by his vocal prowess. But lastly, we're going to have Leandria Johnson here. Leandria Johnson was a part of Sunday's Best, which was a part of BET's. It was kind of like The Voice, the other shows that come on the major networks.
American Idol.
American Idol,
yeah.
She won Sunday's Best with Kirk Franklin, and and she has gone on to do many, many great things. Has been called on to sing at many award shows and everything. She'll be back here again with us. This is a powerful lineup, and this is the kicker. They want as many kids, youth, children, young people, whatever you want to call them, millennials, they want as many to come as possible. So they've only priced the tickets for $10.
Okay. And now this is going to be the May 26th.
May 26th.
And it's going to start at what time?
No. It'll be May 20. That's the whole tour.
Oh,
and,
okay.
And it'll be Tuesday, May 29th.
So it's a week
right
from
here.
today.
A week from today. They'll be here.
And what time will that start?
It will start at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Start at 7 o'clock. Yes.
And that's at your
church.
At
Mount Zion on 301 South Washington Street, located right up the road from Hawks Hardware
there you go,
and the Elk River Public Utility Board. We're right there on the corner of Warren and Washington.
Well, this is really exciting because you're talking about bringing big time talent in here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, these are Stellar Award winners, and Stellars are it's for the African American side of gospel, what have you, but that's like the highest form, the highest award you can receive in black gospel music. So these are Stellar Award nominees and winners who are coming in here to minister, to perform, to share a night of their talent and gifts that God has given them, all on that one night. So I'm telling you, everybody should come out and check this out.
Well, now you mentioned African American gospel music.
Yes.
Now, I want you folks out there probably know this, but you should realize that without African Americans singing gospel music, there would be no gospel music.
Well,
because they're the ones. That's where gospel music started.
It kind of started that way.
It started that way.
It did.
There was most religious music prior to that was very professionally and highbrow and classical religious music.
Gregorian chants or hymnodies, from the Wesleys and Methodist movement.
You take it back to the slaves singing
call and response. Guttural tones.
Notes.
Very guttural.
That's where gospel's roots are. So you're talking about the best of the best of people who started this whole thing.
It's called soul music too. And The reason why it's called soul music is because they don't use sheet music. It's not something that they have written down and they go over it the same way every time. It's the feeling for the moment.
Yeah.
There may be something that you come in with on that Tuesday night and your head is down, or you got this on your heart, or there's some type of answer that you're looking for, and these minstrels of the gospel, these singers of gospel music, will be able to give you a guttural sound that will reach your heart, prick your mind, and cause you to say, I've got an answer from God, based upon the fact that they met you in the moment, and it's not something that was roped or something that has been done over the years the same way. No, it's from the soul. And what comes from the heart reaches the heart.
Yeah, and I would imagine when these performers who do this type of thing do this, the song's never the same.
Words
the meaning is the same. Mm-hmm. And some of the words are the same, but the presentation of it is different every time.
Every time. One of the young guys inside Tim Rogers' quartet, his name is Bilbo. That's his nickname. That's what we call him.
Is he a Baggins?
He's not a Baggins. But Bilbo, who will be there Tuesday night, he is so expressive.
Yeah.
He never sings the same note, same way twice. Never. It's straight from the heart, straight from the gut.
Okay. Very good. You know, you should have been over in London this past weekend. You can deliver a pretty good message yourself.
No. Presiding Bishop Michael Curry did it.
He did it good,
it was wonderful.
He sure did.
Yeah, the Episcopal Church has somebody in Michael Curry. Wow. Yeah. You know, he used to be a bishop in the North Carolina diocese. And when he was elected and given the opportunity to be the presiding bishop, they just love him in the Episcopal Church.
You can see why.
Yeah.
You can see why.
Oh, man.
They just love you here too.
You know what?
I'm
fortunate.
We all want us a little dose of Elmore every now and then. If you hadn't had a dose, go by their church sometime and go to one of their services, because everybody needs a dose of Elmore every now and then.
I appreciate that.
I love you, my brother. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I hope this is a great success. We'll try to get over there and see that, okay?
Definitely.
All right. Folks, we'll be right back after these messages.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department needs you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one. Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I'm sitting here with the new director of the Hands-On Science Center. Oh, Mr. Sean Amador. Did I get it right?
That's it.
I should have looked at it. But anyway, Sean is here with some news of the fantastic events that's happening at the Science Center.
Yeah,
What's
absolutely.
up?
I'm very excited to be here. Tomorrow is my 1 month anniversary.
Fantastic.
So
all
it's
the way
definitely,
from North Carolina?
North Carolina, yep. I came over to take on this position here, and very excited.
Well, we're very blessed, and thank you for coming.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Yeah, so it's been kind of a whirlwind, getting stuff planned and working on all kinds of stuff. We actually have a really great summer program coming up.
Yeah, I looked at that list.
Yeah,
and
we
it's
have
very busy.
Yeah, we have 16 days of summer camp this year.
When does that start?
That starts the first week is June 12th. So
people need to register
Yeah,
soon.
absolutely. We actually have a special going on right now too.
How much is that?
Yeah, if you go onto our website on the gift shop page, we have a special where you can actually buy discounted tickets if you want to buy multiple days in advance. So check that out. You can get 4-day packs, 8-day packs, or all 16 days. Definitely encourage get on there and get those multiple day packs, because we do have lots of exciting stuff going on.
You have lots of exciting stuff, and
Absolutely.
I would encourage parents to buy a membership while they're at it.
Sure, yeah.
So do y'all send out a newsletter or something when they become a member?
Yeah, with our annual memberships, we have a family membership where you do get a newsletter. You get admission to all kinds of other facilities throughout the country. I believe it's over 100 facilities are a member of the organization.
That's amazing. So if you're on a trip, you can stop at science centers and other places.
Absolutely. So it's definitely worth it. Plus you get discounts on our summer programs and our gift shop and all kinds of other discounts.
And you get the information early, and you can always join us.
Absolutely.
So rocket geology. What about rockin'? Not rocket geology.
Rockin', yeah.
Rocket geology. That's quite different.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that
Yeah,
class.
that's our first program that we have going on. We actually have a geologist coming that's going to be talking with the kids, all kinds of gemstones and minerals, and talking about different types of stuff like that. Really, really cool program. That's going to be our kickoff one on June 12th. So definitely
and then manufacturing the very next day.
Yep, manufacturing program. They're going to be it's going to be real fun. They'll be able to build little marshmallow towers and look at building. We're going to have somebody that's going to be coming in and actually making tin molds.
Oh, interesting.
So the kids will be able to actually make their own tin molds. We have a 3D printer that they'll be using that day as well. So
I'm interested in the animals that you got coming. What are the amazing animals?
Yeah, so we actually have 3 different programs coming up for this summer that are going to be, heavy animal focus. That's actually my background. Before coming here, I actually owned a reptile zoo.
Oh, did you
really?
Yeah,
so I'll actually.
What was your biggest snake?
We had about 10-foot long reticulated python at one point that we used for education programs and stuff. So I got a love for that. So I'm actually going to be leading 3 of the classes for our summer program. We have one that's called Amazing Animals. We'll just be talking about all different types of animals in general. We have somebody coming out talking about predators in North Carolina. We actually have a bunch of our own reptiles here at the Science Center, for those of you that haven't been out and seen them. So we'll be leading the show on that. We'll actually be going outside around the Science Center. We got a little creek in the back and looking for animals out in the wild. And we have that's a general animal program, and then we have one that is cold-blooded encounters, which is really focused specifically on snakes and lizards and turtles and bugs and all kinds of stuff. And do
you have a good snake for them to handle?
We do have a snake that they may be making an appearance that day.
Okay. Would you have a pet snake at your house?
I don't have any pets now.
Okay.
I have throughout my whole life, but then when I had my own zoo, I didn't really have them at home.
Yeah. And how do you explore aviation? What sort of thing are you doing there?
There we have the airfoilers group is coming out. They're going to be flying drones. We have different model airplanes and stuff like that.
Will the kids be able to help?
The kids will be able to fly some stuff and interact with things. So very, very cool program.
And atmospheric science.
That one I'm really excited about. We have a graduate student that's coming out. They're doing high elevation weather balloons.
Oh, good.
And by high elevation, 100,000 feet.
Wow.
Right on the line of space. And it'll have a GoPro camera on it where the kids can actually see video of this camera and track it with GPS.
That's awesome.
Of this weather balloon almost going into space that they launch right from the Science Center.
And that is on June the 15th.
Yes. Yep.
Followed by atmospheric science.
Yep. Actually, I think I got that. I got those flipped around, actually. One I just described was the atmospheric science.
All right. Oh, never mind then.
Yep.
And then Bug Day.
Yep.
We're all ought to know about Bug Day.
Yeah, Bug Day. Bug Day is always really popular with kids, and we actually have something real special going on. Something that I did with my company before coming here that the kids are going to love. Parents may not think it's so cool.
But
the kids are going to love it. We actually are going to to be doing cockroach races. Does that sound awesome? You'd like to do that, wouldn't you?
I love the idea. Of course I would.
Yeah.
And everybody has their own cockroach.
Everybody has a cockroach. They get to race them, and we'll have a tournament with brackets and everything. It is an awesome experience.
How many cockroaches do you expect to bring in?
Well, we have on exhibit. We actually have set up an exhibit at the Science Center now.
Good.
I expanded our natural history section a little bit, and we have them on exhibit. I think we have about 8 or 10 on exhibit right now.
That's going to give cockroaches some clout.
Absolutely. Everybody's scared of cockroaches. They think they're dirty. And one thing that I always teach is about how cockroaches are so cool is they're actually one of the cleanest animals in the world.
Is that right?
Yeah, they are. They're actually a lot cleaner than all the little kids that come running around.
Interesting.
So, yeah, they're always cleaning themselves. So that's one of the things we'll be talking about, both on the Bug Day, and then we have a special one that we call Oh Rats.
Oh gosh.
And we're gonna have.
So you have rats.
We're gonna have rats. Somebody's actually coming in with some trained rats, and that's talking about misconceptions about animals. So we'll be talking about rats, rats, or snakes, or cockroaches, bats, all different types of stuff like that. These animals that have a bad reputation.
They are trainable. Most all animals are trainable.
Absolutely.
I mean, you hear of prisoners of war that have found rats that became their only companion, and they were trained. I love that. Spectacular Space?
Yeah, that one, kind of self-explanatory there. Going to talk about planetary science, and the kids are going to be able to use our inflatable planetarium. So that's always a real popular option that we have.
I would think if you've never been in the planetarium, you need to get there and see what goes on in there. There's a long list here of stuff all the way through to July 27th, and you're ending your summer with Building an engine, is that it?
Build it, engineer it.
Engineer it.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about, again, building all different types of things, 3D printing, all kinds of great stuff like that. Like you said, there's so much going on. We can't really talk about everything today, but if people check out our Facebook page, on the events section of the Facebook page, we list all 16 days. And then also, again, check out our website. It's hosc.org/gift shop. And we can get our pre-purchases on our tickets there.
Sean, if all these experiences are as exciting as you are excited about, they are going to love it, and they're going to love you. Thank you so much.
Lots of stuff planned.
It was great having you.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
The day the Lord created hope could be the same day he created spring.
Springtime's here. It's a good time to get our air conditioners checked out before those hot summer days get here. We've been here for a little over 35 years. It's been our pleasure to serve our community. We'd like to thank you for Tullahoma's finest, and from all of us to all of you.
Thank you!
Cool off at Southern Middle Tennessee's newest water park, Tullahoma's Splash Island. Fun for all ages. 3 25-foot water slides, lazy river, fun water features for toddlers, tasty food items available. All this and more, only $5 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 4 to 9 p.m. Sundays, 1 to 6. Join the fun at Tullahoma's Splash Island.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. I have a few 2017s left that have to go right now. Kia Forte, $14,994. Kia Optima, $19,971. And my question is, why buy your next Kia anywhere else?
I have with me today my favorite Hamiltonian, Mr. Will Prater.
Howdy.
Well,
How
howdy.
are you?
I'm good. I always love it when you come on.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're still carrying the Hamilton's events
Yes.
hither and yon. So
Yes,
what's
ma'am.
coming up?
So we've taken this all over Tullahoma. We've gone to Nashville and everything else. So now we decided we are going to tackle the Tullahoma Art Center.
I love that.
We're doing it as a separate thing, but in conjunction with the Arts Alive. So we're actually doing events right after Arts Alive closes. We're going to be performing the Hamilton's event over at the Tullahoma Art Center. And so for anybody who's not familiar with it, the Hamilton's Project is something where a group of us get together and we perform the songs of Hamilton. And we do the entire show from the beginning to the end. And we have these incredible song leaders who have been doing this for months and months and months. And we have open karaoke sessions, generally about once every 2 or 3 months, where we invite new people in to come with us. And we've got this phenomenal group that's going to be doing it right after the Arts Alive. Rain or shine, we are going to be doing it over at the Arts Center.
Over at the Art Center.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
And the first one is, what was that date again?
The first one will be the 26th, and then we'll be doing it the 27th as well. We're doing it at 7 on the 26th, and then at 5 on the 27th.
Fantastic.
So it'll be right after the Arts
How
Alive.
many do you have in the group right now?
Right now we have a total of 18.
What impressed me so much when I saw it was that there were people in the audience that knew the music, and they would sing along when.
And it is a Hamilton's sing-along, American sing-along. Lin-Manuel has done something with this musical that is so different than every other Broadway musical that's ever been done, which is that he opened it up to the public. And he not only encourages people, but he's actually sponsored groups to do the Hamilton sing-along. And so that's something that no other
musical is, and you all get to do it without paying royalties.
Exactly.
Because you're not actually putting on the entire performance, but you're familiarizing people with this wonderful concept
well,
that he has come up with.
The way that we do it is that it's very much in tune with doing an event rather than a production. It's exactly what you said. We want the audience to sing along with every number, but we also wanted to make sure that those who weren't familiar with Hamilton were able to understand the structure of the musical. So it is 143 minutes of non-stop energy and
That's
just
right. It really is.
It's so much fun.
Because honestly, I was reluctant when I went. I thought, maybe I won't like this, but I loved it. Absolutely, I got wrapped up in it, and I just salute you for continuing.
Well, I wish I could take credit. I honestly, I've been an organizer and I've helped out behind the scenes, but I've actually only taken stage once, and that was as King George. With anybody who knows it, was Jonathan Groff. So you have big shoes to fill when you do that. So it was a little intimidating. So right now we've got Amanda Dotson and Savannah Hunter in the Hamilton and Burr roles, and I mean, it's thousands and thousands of words to memorize this.
That's what blew my mind.
Oh yeah, it's
and there appeared to be a script, but I never saw anybody actually looking at it.
Actually
Once in a
look
while,
at
I'd see a
it.
page turn. But that amazes me. I think it's the young brain quickly can memorize.
Well, it's so funny because all the new people that have come into our group that have become song leaders with us are people that were at one of the Hamilton's event. So, and you'll listen to them out in the audience. When we did it at the Rain in Winchester, it was amazing because you had 100 teenagers that knew every word of Hamilton, and it just goes to the older minds of us that can't remember lines that well. So yeah, it's always an interesting thing, and every event has a different feel than the previous event, because when you have new people up there that are song leading, they bring a new energy. We've got Rachel Hambrick and Kevin Hambrick, brother and sister, who have just recently joined our group, that have brought in a new energy that it's so phenomenal to see young spirits doing live theater.
And you also find that when you have somebody that comes in with this great energy, goes into everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
It radiates through the group.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love that you have all ages.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know what the youngest person is, and I guess it varies.
Well, actually, the show that we have at Lanham Library on July 5th, my daughter's actually going to be at it. So she is 7 years old. She'll be almost 8 at that. No, she will be 8 at that point. But yeah, she is doing the role of Peggy, which is the younger sister.
That's wonderful.
But I've gotten my twin 7-year-olds and my 10-year-old hooked on this musical. And so when we were at one of the karaoke sessions, my daughter was like, I really want a song lead for Peggy. And the entire cast went crazy. Like, they were so happy. All the song leaders in the group were so ecstatic to have
a little person that could do that. That'd be worth going just to see her.
Oh yeah, she's going to be phenomenal. So yeah. So the information, you can go to www.tullahomaart.org. The phone number is 931-455-1234, and they are asking to reserve seating because we're expecting a full house.
It's a small space,
exactly.
But it's a great space.
Yes, ma'am.
I think people are surprised what you can do in a small. And there's something about that closeness that makes it special.
And the really cool thing that they're doing for us is, so for the past year that we've been doing this, we've been borrowing sound systems from the various venues, but the Art Center is actually doing they're encouraging donations, and as they encourage those donations, they're throwing them back into Hamilton's, Tennessee, so that we can actually go ahead and buy our own sound system.
Fantastic.
So we'll be able to do it in amphitheaters, and we'll be able to do it outdoors. Anywhere we want to go, we'll be carrying our own sound system with us. So that's one of our goals of the group in the 2018-2019.
What some people might be surprised that there are many lessons learned in this production.
Yes.
And I will have to see it again to identify each, but there were moments when I was feeling like laughing hysterically, and there were moments when I had tears in my eyes.
It has the feels.
Did you find that?
Oh yeah. And the interesting thing is that with this particular show, they've actually dissected it and torn it apart to see how much historical accuracy in it, and they've only found 10 things in this entire show that are not absolutely historically accurate.
Which is a great history lesson.
Oh, yes.
I was wondering if the schools would be interested in you bringing it into the school.
I'm
that
open.
Could be a wonderful educational outreach program.
Go to crashcoursetheater.com and just put in a request, and we'll be happy to come to your school group and do the Hamiltons
I think they would love it, and I
that
think
would be phenomenal.
Well, you know, Will, we could talk forever, but I have to let you go. So
I love you. I love you. Thank you for having us on.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
And I'm Jacob. I'm the Rooster.
And I'm the Red Mane. And we would like to welcome you to
Roosterwear.
Yes, Roosterwear is a cottage industry producing accessories for men, women, children, babies, and pets. All items are hand cut and sewn locally. Roosterwear specializes in bow ties, pocket squares, scarves, cufflinks, neckties, and aprons of all sizes for all ages. Baby products include onesies, diaper covers, bibs, and burp pads. All bow ties, tie it yourself or pre-tied, come with an adjustable neckband. All products can be made with the material of your choice, as special orders are available upon request. Don't be standing back looking at fashion. Create your own with Roosterwear.
Come visit us at
roosterandredmaiden.com
to find our handcrafted designs for
the cock of the walk.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Hello everyone, I'm John Rickman. And I'm Pat Welch, and this is the 11th installment of Conversations with John and Pat.
Clicking right by, clicking right by.
This is a rounding success.
I've got an old song, it's the one about Mountain Dew. I think Grandpa Jones made this famous years ago, but I always thought there were such cute verses in here. I think Felix and Boodle O'Brien really did Rocky Top. They used some of the format by which this is sung.
It's going to be great, John, because cute certainly goes with us.
Sure. There's a big holler tree down the road here from me where you'd lay down $1 or $2. You can go round the bend and you come back again. There's a jug full of good old Mountain Dew. They call it that old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with some good old Mountain Dew. My brother Bill's got a still on the hill where he runs off a gallon or two. The buzzards in the sky get so drunk they can't fly from smelling that good old Mountain Dew. My Uncle Nort's kind of sawed off and short. He measures about 4'2". But he thinks he's a giant when you give him a pint of that good old Mountain Dew. My old Aunt June had some sweet-smelling perfume. Oh, it had such a sweet-smelling fume. But to her surprise, when they had it analyzed, it was nothing but good old Mountain Dew. Preacher rode by with his head high, said his wife had been down with the flu. He thought that I ought just to sell him a quart of that good old Mountain Dew. They call it that old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with some good old Mountain Dew.
Grandpa Jones was smiling above.
Oh, he was a great guy. Now, he came to Tullahoma one time and put on a little concert, and I believe Ms. Galbraith got him here for that. It was to make money for some.
Well, she was musically connected.
She was very gifted, and they had two daughters that were very musically gifted, and
one which lives here.
Yes. But Miss Galbraith was a wonderful person.
She certainly was.
And but anyway, there's a picture that Philip's going to put up on the screen, and back in Chapel Hill, when I was a youngster. That was the middle of Chapel Hill in about late 50s. That man out in the middle of the street there is the local bootlegger. Now,
he'd be the dispenser of Mountain Dew. He had the franchise rights.
Yeah, and I don't, his name was Charles. I'm not going to mention last names, but everybody knew him. He was loved by everybody. When he was young, he worked in a circus, and he told me he played a drum, told folks around there, and he would sell. You know, he was all, besides alcohol, he sold a lot of other things. But I want to tell you that my mother, when Charles got to be an older man, he fell down in his house and laid there for maybe a day or whatever, and then somebody found him and took him to the hospital in Nashville. And my mother had an appointment. She was in her 80s.
she had an appointment in Nashville, and she said, well, let's go by the hospital and see Charles. Now, my mother was, she went to church Sundays. She was a very proper type person. But, people in Chapel Hill accepted Charles, whatever kind of occupation he was in, just like you could have the druggist or the clothes salesman or dry goods salesman or grocer, whatever. He was. It was sort of an interesting little community. Almost where the deacon in the community and the bootlegger could sit down for a casual meal together if they wanted to.
Chapel Hill was a very progressive town then. Reaching out to all people.
I guess. I don't know.
But John, you mentioned your mother at church every Sunday, and I never will forget before she had to come to Tullahoma to assisted living that we went to church with her one Sunday morning, and
First Methodist Church.
Right. We were trying to figure out how we were going to. Who's going to get to snuggle in next to her and that kind of thing. And she let us know real quick that neither one of us was going to be sitting really close to her, because she introduced to a lady that said, your mother said, this is my pew buddy.
Sure
I thought that was the cutest thing.
Right.
But while we're on church, I've got a story we can talk about that I believe would have been in the 80s. And it involved Kerm Boldig. Kerm came to town, I believe, from Wisconsin in the late 70s or real early 80s, and intended to retire. But he'd been in the business forms printing business and started getting tired of being retired and set up Tennessee Business Forms, and it was a thriving business for a long time. The Boldig family eventually sold it 4 or 5 years ago, I guess it was. But Kerm was a really faithful member at First Methodist in Tullahoma, and he went through a period where he had been really sick and had flu and pneumonia, I think, and lost a lot of weight. And his first Sunday back, after he felt better, he really was happy to be in church, and he liked to sing, and his clothes were. With the loss of weight, he was just tied on him, trying to hold everything together. And about, I guess, in the last chorus of a song, he was really into it and sucked in real good to get one of the last notes out, and his pants and belt were so loose from the weight loss that when he sucked in, that was all it took. His pants hit the floor, hit around his ankles, and he didn't feel them. So he's singing the last verse in his boxers and his coat and tie on top of that, and another fine gentleman, John Brandt, was behind him. Mr. Brandt had worked for a long time for the gas company and the management end of it, and when he saw the pants hit the floor, he went, "Oh, Jesus!" This is a quick response, and that didn't. Kerm heard it, but that didn't bother him. He told me at one point that he just thought, well, they've got the Spirit moving in here today. So we just got to sign, John, that's it. So that finishes segment 11.
11. We're going to.
And we talked about church and going to heaven.
That's right.
So that's it. All right. So that's the end of the conversations for.
Never knowing which direction we're going to go.
That's right, number 11, but that's not the last one, we hope. Thank you.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community, because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family caring for your family since 1932.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the part of the show that I love the most. It's a little segment we call Melodies Wrapped Around Life, and that's my opportunity to bring some musicality onto the show. And today, I'm very proud to have a young man, J.P. Clardy, in the studio with us. And J.P., welcome, my friend.
Thank you for having me, John.
Yeah, good to have you here. I met JP at Daddy Billy's Jam Night about 3 months ago?
Something like that.
JP was down there, and I love going to Jam Night, and I love listening to the pickers and the players. But sometimes the music sort of is the same because there's a lot of Stevie Ray, and there's a lot of this and that and the other. But this guy right here, this is an entertainer. He absolutely steps out of the box and puts a show on. And that's what we all want, is to be entertained. And, the technicality of playing and all that, there's good pickers, there's bad pickers, there's great pickers. Mm-hmm. But a lot of them are just technical players. They're not entertainers. True. They do their job.
Not bad.
They do their job very well.
Yes.
But this guy right here is the whole ball of wax because he's a player, he's a writer, he's a singer, but most of all, he's an entertainer.
Yes, sir.
And so give us a little bit of your backstory, JP, and how you got into this. And you're in Murfreesboro? You live in Murfreesboro?
Yes, sir. I'm living in Murfreesboro right now. Man, I don't know where to begin. My mom put me in kinder music when I was 2.
Kinder music.
Kinder music.
All right.
We learned Peter and the Wolf and how to hit blocks on rhythm and all that.
Isn't that an incredible piece of music, Peter and the Wolf?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I re-listened to that about a month ago. Really, I did. It's phenomenal.
It's worth a re-listen every now and then, for sure.
So from Kinder music, what happens next?
Well, I started playing in church when I was about 9. My dad is a minister, and he would take me around, and we would play. He would back me up on rhythm guitar, and I would play electric guitar lead on hymns. And I got put in lessons and discovered Led Zeppelin.
That'll do it.
From Led Zeppelin, it went everywhere. I played trumpet and French horn in band. I've had lead roles in musicals. I went on to get a degree in music from Belmont University. Played on cruise ships from Russia to Alaska, playing for B.B. King's All-Star Band. Released my debut album last year. So that's the short of it. But there's...
Well, that sounds pretty long. That sounds pretty long to me, folks. You've taken it from start to middle.
Correct. And working
the finish is a long, long way from here. I hope for you.
I hope to.
You seem like a pretty grounded young man.
Well, we try. We try.
So I think that you'll have a long and fruitful journey in what you're doing here.
Thank you for saying that.
What's your style? How would you?
Well, I play all
your
styles.
style.
I play all styles, but when I write and record my own stuff, it comes across more as rock pop. I consider it rock with a flavor of pop in there.
Yeah.
It's not just your heavy radio rock. It has that extra commercial flair to it.
Have you heard Kid Rock's new song?
I haven't.
American Rock and Roll.
Okay.
Listen to Kid Rock's new song.
I like Kid Rock.
He did it at a drive-in theater in one of the little towns outside of Nashville. Put a stage up, and on the screen behind, while he's singing this song, he's got all the Memphis stuff, the studios and the Memphis players on the screen.
Stacks.
Had a horn section and 3 girl backup singers. It's an incredible American rock and roll. Look at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it.
Cool.
So you've got a video release this week.
I do. On Thursday, I'm releasing the official Pain music video.
Pain.
Pain is the name of the song.
Pain.
Yes.
I feel pain.
Don't we all?
We all feel pain.
We do.
And then this weekend, or no, when are you going to be at Daddy Billy's?
June 1st.
June 1st.
9 to midnight.
Saturday night?
Friday.
Friday night,
yes,
9 to midnight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let me tell you
there.
what, folks, it's worth you going to see J.P. Clardy. Now, what I want to do right now, you want to do Pain?
Sure.
All right, give us, and realize this is an acoustic version without the
Absolutely
band
is.
and all of that. But this young man is an entertainer. You'll see.
It's the only thing that seems to break me down. And she always seems to throw me to the ground. She does. You don't notice. You can't hear me. Only I can see so clearly. Well, never. No, it never comes out quite like I feel. And I got a question. Is this life I'm living even real? Sometimes I wonder, but you don't notice. You can't hear me. Only I can see so clearly. Well, sometimes I realize this hurt is in my mind. Oh, and then I blind myself with regret and pride. Oh, I do. But you don't notice. You can't hear me. Only I can
son. Pain.
Pain. Pain.
Did a woman do that to you?
A woman did it. Life did it. I did it to myself.
Fully wrapped up song then, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot, you know, there's a lot was said in that song right there in very few words. Really. That's pretty good. That's pretty good to be able to communicate like that.
Thank you.
The fewer the words you use and the more you can communicate with them, that's good.
Well, I like to say I just tuned myself to the right radio station that day.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
Song just came down, you know.
There you go. Well, I tell you what, we want to remind you that Thursday is when the video comes out. Where will they be able to see that?
On my website, jpclardy.com.
Okay.
On my YouTube channel, YouTube JP Clardy. It'll be on my Facebook page. It'll be on my Twitter. All my social media, but mainly I'd like for you to go to jpclardy.com. It'll be on my homepage. You'll be able to just watch it, stream it right there. I have music up, blog posts, all kinds of content on there for everybody to check
very good, very good. And then at Daddy Billy's, Friday,
June the 1st.
June the 1st.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, take us out. We got about a little bit of time here. Take us out with something else. Liven me up here a little bit.
This is a faster song. It's called Me, My Worst Enemy. I'll give you a little chorus here.
Okay.
See how that sounds. Well, me, my worst enemy. I just can't stand to do myself this way. I know you feel it too. When I look down in your eyes, when I see the pain, be all you know in love. Let your spirit shine, light from above. Leave all your tears behind, place them in my cup for darker times, and let's just reach on now for brighter days. Time for me to stay. Well, me, my worst enemy, just can't stand to do myself this way. You, I know you feel it too. I look down in your eyes when I see the pain.
JP Clardy, y'all go see him. Go to that website, listen to his music. He's a up-and-coming young entertainer. We want to be part of it. You be part of it too. We'll see you next time.